Hello, welcome to Radiant Resilience. I'm Torrey. This practice, I will lead you through a short somatic sequence that is specifically designed to release old holding patterns in the body, to get your fascia moving and fluid and elastic so that you have more ease and comfort in your body, as well as more ease and comfort in movement in general. So hopefully this will feel really good afterwards. As we move through this practice, it's really important to keep the movements soft, gentle, and comfortable. So you don't want to move into something that you feel like you're pushing into pain, or you're pushing into where you feel like you're straining. That's kind of defeats the purpose of this flow. And as we're moving through all of the things that we're doing, of course, you're keeping yourself safe. Give yourself permission to skip or modify anything that's not working for you today. So let's get started. Come down onto the floor, and we're going to start in constructive rest pose with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, arms away from your sides comfortably, and you're going to have the arms at a height that feels comfortable so your shoulders are able to drop down away from your ears and towards the floor. Palms are facing up, and you can have the knees apart right now, or you can let them drop in on each other so that they prop each other up. And then we're going to take two big sighs. On your first sigh, let your low back and your belly soften. And then do the same thing, sigh and melt the shoulders towards the floor. Oftentimes they can drop down and we don't even realize we've been kind of holding them away from the floor. So take that sigh. And then lengthen the back of the neck out as much as you're able to. Now from here, we're going to just do our check-in, our initial check-in, and we're going to do a before and after comparison. So it's important to remember what it is that you notice during this initial assessment of what's going on. So check in with how your body is connecting to the floor. And we'll start at the feet. And notice, do you feel like your feet are evenly weighted on the floor? Do they feel like they're pointing, symmetrically pointing in the direction that they're pointing in, or does one feel a little different than the other? And we're not correcting anything, we're just noticing. And then we're going to move up to the connection your hips have to the floor. And does that feel even, or does it feel a little bit different from one side to the other? Maybe one side has more surface connecting to the floor, or you might feel like your hips are leaning in one direction or tilted in some way. So just notice that. And now move up into your waist. Sometimes you might not feel like the waist is touching at all or very lightly, or you might notice one side feels a little more connected. For me, my left side definitely has more connection to the floor right now. Now moving up into the low ribs, so below your shoulder blades, and notice that right and left side, and if there are any differences there. And then come into the shoulder blades. And shoulder blades are a little bit pokey. So notice, are those pokey spots the same on each side connecting into the floor, or are there some differences? And then from your shoulders, follow the backs of the arms and the backs of the hands and how those are connecting to the floor. And sometimes we'll have some slight structural differences in our arms. There's something known as a carrying angle, which is the angle that your upper arm and your forearm are at when they're straight. So if your elbow is straight, but your arm itself has a little bit of an angle to it, that's what a carrying angle is. And oftentimes we'll have slightly different angles from one arm to the other. So that might affect how the arms are connecting to the floor. And it also could be coming from the shoulders too. And then follow the bridge of your neck. Usually the back of the neck isn't touching. And then we'll come to the back of the skull, the back of your head, and notice how that is connecting to the floor. Does it feel even right to left, or do you feel like your head is slightly turned to one side, or maybe it's tilted? And then make note of any of those things that you noticed, because we're going to compare after our somatic flows. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is just rock your head slowly side to side. And I'm going to have you open your eyes, and the eyes are just kind of tracking gently, comfortably in the same direction your head is going. We're going to change that in just a moment. Now, if doing the eye movement causes you to feel at all like seasick or motion sick, you're going to skip the eye part. Okay, now we're going to stop center. Your head is going to rock one direction and your eyes are going to look the opposite direction. And then go through center, head goes one way, eyes look the other way. And you're just going to keep going. Now, sometimes this takes a little practice to organize your movements. So you might have to go a lot slower to get the movement of the eyes coordinated and moving in the opposite direction as your head. And remember, you're keeping this comfortable. If you don't like the eye part, skip it. Okay, now we're going to come center and then just close your eyes. Give your eyes a little break and we'll just gently rock the head side to side. Okay, head comes center. Slide the arms up to where it's a T position, straight out from your shoulders. Press the backs of the arms into the floor and feel that engagement or contraction in between your shoulder blades. And those are really important muscles to have strong and activating to maintain good posture so we're not rounding our shoulders forward. And then as you release that contraction, hug your body with your arms. Right arm is on top. Hands are on your shoulders. And now you have a choice. You can either stay in this hug position or you might wrap your forearms into an eagle arm. Now, if you're not able to get your palms together in eagle arms, you could even hook up your thumb and pinky if that's helpful. So no matter which option you chose, press the elbows up towards the ceiling. So now you might feel a little stretch in between the shoulder blades, that area that we just engaged. And now relax that just a little bit, and you're going to start to make circles with your elbows. And as you're circling your elbows, allow the upper body just to rock naturally with your elbow movement. Okay, now reverse your elbow circles. And now come back to center and press the elbows straight up towards the ceiling one more time. And then we're going to open arms out, back to your T position, arms press into the floor, backs of the arms. Feel that engagement between the shoulder blades. And then hug, this time your left arm is on top, hands to the shoulders, or wrap your forearms into eagle arms. Press your elbows straight up towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch in between the shoulder blades. Relax that a little. Elbow circles. Let your upper body move naturally with these circles. And now reverse your elbow circles. Stop center. Press elbows straight up to the sky one last time. And then open arms to that T position one last time. Press the backs of the arms into the floor. And then relax. Lengthen the legs out on the floor. Reach your arms over your head. On your inhale, stretch out through the whole body. Flex your feet and push out through the heels of your hands. And then exhale, relax to the floor. Inhale, stretch out again. This time, point your toes, reach through your fingertips. And exhale, release. And we'll do a third one, and you choose what felt the best. And release. Slide your arms back down to where it's comfortable for them, shoulders away from the ears and dropping towards the floor. Now we're going to switch from the upper body into moving our legs. So you're going to keep your left leg long, and then with your right knee open, slide your right foot up the side of your left leg. So it's like you're sliding your right leg up into a tree pose on your back. Once you get that foot up as high as it's going to go, you're going to transition. So the sole of your right foot comes to the floor, the knee points up towards the ceiling, and then it's going to gently cross over to the left. So the right foot's pressing into the floor enough so that your right hip gently rocks away from the floor. And then open the right knee back out to your tree position and lengthen your right leg back out. So that's the movement. We're going to take that 4 more times. Slide your right foot up your left leg. Bring your right knee up and across. Open the right knee. Slide the right leg long. Right leg slides up, knee open, and then cross the knee over. Open the knee out. Leg goes long. 2 more. Bend the knee, slide the foot up, knee is open. Cross your knee over, knee opens out, leg lengthens. Slide up to your tree pose, cross your knee over, knee opens out, leg goes long. Take a sigh. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So we're going to keep the knee open as you slide your left foot up to tree pose, and then cross your left knee over to the right. Feel your left hip rock up, and then open your left knee out to tree and lengthen your left leg out. 4 more. Slide up to tree pose. Knee rocks across to the right. Open the knee out and lengthen the leg. Slide up to tree. Cross the knee over. Knee opens out. Leg lengthens. Slide up to tree. Cross the knee. Knee opens. Leg goes long. 1 more time. Tree pose. Knee rocks across. Knee opens. Leg goes long. And sigh. Now, we're just going to very loose, keep your legs loose, and you're just going to move your legs in and out. So the toes go in and out, and you'll feel your whole leg rotate in and out. You're going to keep it loose and easy. And then sigh as you relax. All right, walk your feet back to the floor. Taking a breath in. On the exhale, give your knees a hug and rock side to side. As you come center, hands on kneecaps, open the knees apart, circle them around, and bring them back together. Moving into your hip joints, and then reverse. As the knees come into center, we're going to open the knees out, soles of the feet come together, reach down as close towards your feet as you can, and then just give them a little pull towards your chest, but keep the tailbone long. Now you're welcome to stay here, or you could separate the feet to a happy baby position. You do what feels better, and then you might rock, or you might just stay center as you breathe. And then come back to center and take a breath in and out. Release, hands to the backs of the thighs as you bring your knees in. Flex your feet, breathe in, exhale, reach the legs long, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and bend and straighten and bend. This time, go to a straight leg. If you'd like, reach the arms up, point and flex your feet, move through your wrists so your palms move up, palms move down. Spread out the fingers and the toes. And then rotate your ankles and your wrists. Rotate the other direction. Flex your feet, spread your toes out, and give your hands a little shake. And then bend the knees, set the feet on the floor. Arms are down by your sides, palms are facing up, shoulders are pressing down. We're going to come in through some little bridges with a little cat-cow of the hips. So on your inhale, you're going to tilt your hips forward. So the tailbone is pushing down and you feel your low back arching up. That's the inhale. On the exhale, flatten the back, roll up to a bridge, and you're only going to go to where it feels comfortable. And then inhale, roll the spine down into that little arch. Exhale, flatten and roll up. Inhale, roll down and arch. One more time. Exhale, flatten, roll up. Inhale, rolling down and little arch. And then exhale, relax your spine. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. All right, we're going to roll onto our side now. Bottom arm is supporting your head. And then the top arm is going to be laying on the side of your body. Knees are bent, thighs are stacked. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is our shoulder. So you're going to inhale and scrunch your shoulder forward. And you can even let your body sort of rock forward with that. Exhale back to a neutral. Inhale, rock it forward. Exhale, bring it back. One more time. Rock it forward. And then bring it back. Now we're going to do the same thing, but back. So you're trying to squeeze that shoulder blade towards the spine as the shoulder goes back. You might even tilt the body, the upper body back, and then come to neutral. Inhale back, squeeze that shoulder blade. Exhale, release. One more time, back and release. Now we're going to scrunch the shoulder to the ear. Scrunch it up, release it down, and scrunch it up and release it down. One more time, shrug and release. Now we're going to bring the shoulder towards your feet, away from your ear. Inhale, bring it down and let it go. Bring it down, let it go. One more time, down and let it go. Now arm stays on the side, shoulder rolls, big shoulder rolls, 3 times one way and 3 the other way. And then relax your shoulder and sigh. All right, now we're going to go from the shoulders down to the legs again. So legs are stacked. And what you're going to do is think of sliding your top thigh forward. So your top knee moves in front or forward from your bottom knee. And you'll feel your hip have to shift forward to do that. And then you're going to slide that top thigh back. So now the top knee is behind the bottom knee. So that's the movement. You're just going to slide forward and you're going to slide back. And remember, this is within a really easy, comfortable range of movement so that you're not coming into any sort of strain. And we'll just glide it forward and back and just let the rest of the body kind of move organically the way it wants to naturally. Okay, let's do one more. And then come back, both legs stacked, and sigh. From there, roll to your back, rock side to side. We're going to do the other side now. So I'm going to flip over so that I don't have my back to you. And first, just position your bottom arm so you're comfortable. Knees are stacked. Top arm is on top of the side of your body. Now we're going to start with the shoulder. Inhale the shoulder forward. exhale, release. Bring it forward, release. One more, forward, release. And now shoulder goes back, back, and release. And you can let your body rock back if that feels okay. If it doesn't, don't do it. Just do the shoulder. And release. Good. Now shrug the shoulder towards the ear. Let it go. Shrug it up. Let it go. One more. Shrug it up. And let it go. Now the shoulder's going down towards the feet, away from the ear. Bring it down. Release. Bring it down. Release. One more time. Bring it down. And release. Arm stays on your side. 3 circles with your shoulder one direction. 3 the other direction. And then when you've done that 3rd circle on the second direction, let your arm rest and sigh. Okay, now we're going to start with our thigh glide. So you're going to glide your top thigh forward, your hip will rock forward, and then glide it back. Hip rocks back. So you're just going to keep sliding forward and back with your top thigh, and just let the rest of the body flow the way it wants to flow. Let it move the way it wants to move. You want to feel really fluid and easy here, and we'll do one more of these. Good. And then we'll come on to our side for a sigh. Roll onto your back again. Knees come into your chest, rock. Okay. And then set your left leg on the floor, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, press your right thigh open, and have your hand up by your hip crease. And that just creates a little more space in the front of your hip by your hip flexor. And it might feel like you're getting a little more length in the side of the waist. And then let that press go. Come into figure 4 pose. So you can have your foot on the floor, or you could bring your knee up, hands around the back of your thigh. Now, if neither one of those options work, and then you're going to rock the leg side to side. If neither one works, you could set your foot on top of a block or a chair, or you could bring a strap or a towel around the thigh so that you can hold on to your leg that way. All right, now as you're rocking, you'll feel intensity more in one direction. So find the right intensity for you. Stop there and sigh. And then release, and we'll do the other side. Left ankle over the right thigh. Press your left thigh open up by the hip crease. And you want to flex your foot, your top foot, to keep your knee stable. Release that press. Figure 4 pose. Bottom foot on the floor or a block, or you can bring your knee up. Hands are strapped around your right thigh. Rocking side to side. And then find where you're going to stop. Breathe there. Good. Release both feet to the floor, arms out to a T. Inhale. As you exhale, knees come to one side as you look in the opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Keep going. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you come to the middle. The next time you come into your twist, stop and sigh. Come through center, other side, stop and sigh. Back to the middle, knees to your chest. One last time, do a little rock side to side, or maybe little circles of your knees, whatever would feel good right there. And then we're going to come back to constructive rest pose, the way we started. Feet on the floor. You could have your knees apart or propping each other up, arms down by your sides, palms up. Two big sighs, low back and your belly relax on your first one. Second one, release the shoulders towards the floor. And then see if you can get any more length out of the back of your neck. And we're going to again check in with how your body is connecting to the floor and how it feels in general. So start with your feet. Notice if you did have any asymmetry the first time around, has that shifted at all? Go up to the hips and into the waist. And as I mentioned at the start of class, my left waist felt much more connected to the floor. It still feels a little bit more connected than my right side, but it feels more even. And then move up to your shoulder or your low ribs. And then the shoulders, shoulder blades, backs of the arms and hands, and then through the neck and to the back of your head. And then hopefully things do feel a little more relaxed, a little more even, a little more balanced. Take one more sigh right here. And then roll to your side and press your way up to a seated position. All right, I'm feeling very relaxed. I hope you are as well. Let me know how you liked this flow sequence. If you have any questions, if there are other videos that you would like to see in the future, things that you'd like me to focus on. And don't forget to hit like for this video if you liked it, and to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you'd like to be notified of new posts. Thanks. I always appreciate your time and I love connecting with you. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.